or I mean, if you're savvy, you can have an expense management tool. Other than that, I use Google Workspace because it's a suite. You have your emails in there, you have your agenda, you have your calendar, you have so many tools, and you can share it, share documents with your team. So Google Workspace is one tool that I use a lot. Microsoft 365, it gives you all the Excel, Word, PowerPoint, all those tools for Microsoft, even Teams. You can schedule your meeting online with those. And on the project side, if you manage projects, you have some free tools like Trello is free. You can get it online. It has all the structure to manage your project.
Wow. Thank you, Nicole. We are going to hit on our final, I can say, question. And before we get there, we have just a little one, something to ask you. We know after all of this, we have a lot of entrepreneurs, and we have people that they are going to be view this emission of fifth edition of women entrepreneurs this year that we are all here today for. A lot of people will be watching around the globe and they'll be interested. What are they going to gain? What is the value to what the entrepreneur can have when they have a right foundation? And at the same time, I'm going to want you to ask to give you our final question, who will be, what would you like to tell us like a woman entrepreneur?
Thank you. So, this is where it all connects. Your legal structure impacts your access to money. How does that work? When you're looking for funding, we all want to scale our businesses, but we cannot fund it completely. So, one way to scale your business and uh, guarantee that legacy that we all want, we're all talking about, is to get funding. But how do you get funding? The banks require a registered business. If you're not registered, if you don't have your tax in line, if you don't have a legal structure, it's going to be difficult for you to go to a bank and ask for a loan. Also, you might have a grant. We are in this state. I don't know if you know that, but there are some organizations here that give grants to, first of all, minorities, we all are, and first time business owners, some of us are. And it depends also on the industry that you're in. You need to be aware of those that information. I work a lot with SBA, the Small Business Association. If you're not part of that organization, please look for it and register, attend their events. They have a lot of information, especially when it comes to funding. They work with a lot of banks that give grants to small business owners. And I think their conditions are very lighter than a regular bank. So funding is very important, but you need to have a registered business. And partnership, if you want to enter into a partnership with someone, what do you have to convince them? What gives you credibility? Your legal documents. That's what talks. You can't just go and tell someone, I'm a good business owner. No, show me the papers. Show me the papers. And your growth system allows you to scale when you have the right business um, structure for your business. You can look, you can project yourself, you can project your business. And final insight is opportunity don't just come from hard work. They come from being prepared and structured. They come when you're ready. So don't wait for the opportunity to show up. Be ready, and then the opportunity will come to you. So I would like to leave you with this. You are not just building your business, you're building a legacy. We're talking about the legacy of excellence, right? And legacy requires structure, protection, and intention. So as you leave this place today, ask yourselves, is my business built to survive or is it built to scale? Because when you build the right foundation, your business don't just grow. You create impacts, you create opportunities, you create a generational wealth. That's where you can guarantee that legacy of business, not only for you, but for those who come after you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. Oh, thank you, Nicole, for this great presentation. At this time, I'm going to give the microphone to my brother, Dr. Iribe.
Yes, ma'am. It's just a few questions, please, so that we still have three presenters. Few questions, very brilliant and very informative uh, presentation. So please, one more round of applause for her.
Do you have anyone who want to ask a question, please? If it's not, it means you were all, it was great.
Thank you.
Wow. A round of applause
Good.
again because this is wonderful.
I'm sharing the screen.
So she's going to share a screen for 1 to 2 minutes, and we all going to see what is going to happen there. I'm going to just witness it like you guys. Please let us pay attention. Okay, I think we are having yeah, I think we are having like a little connection with our team at the back, but we have to continue, and when they will be ready, they will let us know. So our next presenter is non, ça va, on peut mettre ça à la fin. Yeah. So we're going to continue our program, and she's going to share her screen at the end so that we guys can see everything that she's going to give us. Please get your pen and paper ready because we will have a lot of questions maybe after that. So, Eribe, please, can you?
Thank you, Marcel. Thank you for the great job as usual. And thank you, everyone.
Non, puisque je montrais avant.
Tu vas faire tout le monde reconnaître que j'ai demandé.
Okay. How to create a company in Texas? That question is answered now, clearly. Then, after we create the company in Texas, dual roles, women entrepreneur, running the business, at the same time, family money. How to combine those two roles is our topic number two. Women entrepreneurs and family life, frictions and reconciliation. We have been honored by one of our strong, humble Houston servant and also healthcare professional, mom, wife, who accept to share her personal experience with us, the magic that she does every day to reconcile the woman role of entrepreneur and the role of mom in the family. And uh, I'm going to name Dr. Chuangwa Sylvie, and will ask us to give her a round of applause to announce her entrance so that she can share with us those very important insights.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Heribert. Oh, ça marche pas ici. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Zoitu. Thank you for you all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here tonight. Thank you for CK for the opportunity. I'm Sylvie. I like to use my maiden name. I love myself a lot. So I'm Sylvie Konghawa Chwangwa. I'm a pharmacist owner, a mother, and a wife. So today we're going to go through what it takes to juggle those, he said dual, but I would say triple roles because it's not easy to be a wife, mother, and entrepreneur. Thank you.
All right. We have still a good start, question and answer, and she shed more light on too many points. So the first question is to help us understand better the role of, yeah, what is entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, and after that, robotic scale, archetypes of a woman entrepreneur. So, Dr. Sylvie Chuangwa, please, can you elaborate on that for us?
Thank you. For me, being an entrepreneur is not just owning a business. It's about leadership, responsibility, and making the decisions that will affect your family, your community, your patients. So I don't know if I answer your question.
Correct. Yeah. Then now, uh, when we talk about a woman entrepreneur, what do you have in mind as profile types of woman entrepreneur?
I see in a woman entrepreneur a woman who is bold, who is not scared to fail, who will do everything because she has a vision to see that vision come to life while she's juggling between her family life and getting the business to start. And it takes a lot of work.
Okay, thank you for that. We know that uh, entrepreneur role and a family role develop a lot of conflict or frictions. And what are some of those that you have experienced? And how? What are the actions you can recommend to women entrepreneurs to put in place or to implement in order to reconcile the company and the family obligations?
Okay, I'm going to start with the family. We all know my background. I'm a Cameroonian. I was born back home. And back home, our men, they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't help around the house. So when we move here, that's the first challenge. But I was blessed to have my wonderful husband who is very understanding, but he's still a Cameroonian. So he's trying. I love to cook. And before I started the business, there were always food at home. And when I had my business plan, it was very demanding. So I opened the business. He has his job. It was only me there doing the pharmacy job, doing the paperwork and everything. I was the accounting, I was the manager, I was the marketer, I was everything. And I still have to show up at home and be a mom and be a wife. But you need a very strong support. My children, my husband, they were all cheering for me and doing everything that it takes to help me succeed. So don't fight with your children or your husband when you're trying to start something. You need them on your side. And with them supporting you, you can go farther. You can reach mountains.
Awesome. Awesome. That great answer uh, bring in mind another question: the invisible pressure that the woman entrepreneur face daily, and how to overcome those pressure too.
Yes, most people, when they see a woman, they see a homemaker, which I have nothing to, it's not that something is wrong with being a homemaker, but most people, women, men, they don't, see you as a failure for your family because you have your own business. I have a lot of people coming to me and telling me that I wasn't a good mother because I mean, I missed so many practices. All my children are athletes. I couldn't go there, or I would show up in the stadium with my coach, maybe 5 minutes before the end of the game because that's all I could give them that day. So it's very stereotyped. They want to see the man in front and we behind the man. So you have that challenge and struggle every day.
The mindset.
Yes.
Okay. Now, thank you for that. How do you develop the awareness of the business as a woman entrepreneur? Because marketing talking, we buy what we know and where we know. How do you make your business be known by your community?
By being the best in what you do, because I went to doctors detailing, I did flyers to houses talking about me, but I found out the best way to get yourself out there is by word of mouth. When somebody comes to you and leave very happy, they will go and talk about you, and that's how from one you will have two, three, four, five people, and then you're going to find yourself being overwhelmed because everybody is talking about you. And whenever somebody new come and you say, "How did you hear about me?" They're like, "Oh, such and such was here," and they say very good things about you. So discipline, trip. When you do business, for me, I was telling people I have six kids because I have a dog. That's my fifth baby. So I was telling everybody now I have six children. So you treat that business like one of your child. You will succeed if you groom that business like you're doing home with your family. And one of my motto was, it's not all just about pharmacy, it's family. So when you come in, you feel like family. You will go and spread the word.
Okay, so customers take care of them good, and then word of mouth will do the rest. Awesome. We spoke earlier about frictions. Uh, Mom and then pharmacy owner and manager. How what can be the action that you can recommend to other women entrepreneurs to have that friction reduced to zero, if not to the lowest?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yes, sometimes you will fail, but you need to do your best to succeed most of the time. Discipline. When you're home, you're home. You need to think about home and be with your family. And when you're at work, you're at work. Even though it's not easy, because sometimes you're at work, you're thinking, okay, what am I going to cook when I get home? The kid, they got a bad grade. What can I do about it? And sometimes you're at home, but you're thinking about work because you didn't finish work. Discipline will get you there.
Okay, interesting. Uh, in one of your answer, I heard about a support system. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that as a strength for a woman entrepreneur and at the same time mothers of family?
Yes, support system. I'm going to start with my husband. He's very supportive, and I'm going to tell you one incident that happened at work. It was during COVID, and we were giving the COVID vaccine. So everybody knows at the beginning it was rare. People didn't know where to go, so it was always like almost a fight when people came. So we had this customer coming, and he didn't schedule an appointment, so he didn't have any confirmation, but he came and told us that he had one. The pharmacy was full, people were standing outside. My husband was there, and I had like maybe five staff helping me with the flow. And this man started shouting and screaming. My husband can, I mean, he can speak loud. So he came out and he spoke very harsh to the customer. And I jumped in and I disciplined my husband in front of the customer and everybody there. And he said nothing because we were at work, because he knows at work, I'm the boss. And when we get home, he's the boss.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Then, any final word so that I will take
Yes, I
home?
mean, I want to see a lot of women in business. It's hard, but you have
Get
to
it.
be bold. And once you start, if you're passionate about what you do, you will succeed. It took us 5 years to get where we are. It's been 10 years, but the first 5 years, just like Nicole said, we didn't know if we would survive, but we did. So you have to be faithful, believe in yourself, never sleep, keep on grinding, and you will get there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Dr. Sylvie. And great presentation, great experience, great share. Now, we're going to take some questions for the if for more lights, if she forgot some, and go after that we will move to the third topic, that is how to build a sustainable and excellent organization. So those are the completed that they are passing around now. So any question for our speaker regarding uh, the role of administrator or manager of a company and at the same time a family? Go ahead.
My high heels, and it was a crazy store. They sent me there to fix the store, complaints all the time, but I never lost my smile. So I was always smiling, dancing, and making all the staff dance. But this customer came one day and she was like, wow, so you could get mad. And I was like, I'm done. I went back home. My husband is a realtor. I'm like, we need a space. I'm done with Walgreens and I need to open my own shop. It was just like that. Didn't know what it takes to open, what to do, but I started doing my research and it took us like a year. We opened the pharmacy. Yeah, and
Awesome.
it's very challenging. Right now, I'm exhausted because since Monday, I don't know if I slept more than 3 hours a day because of a situation at work who is making me stay there till 1, 2 a.m. But my husband is always there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. If no more question, we will. Okay, go ahead. Congratulations, by the way. scholarship.
Thank you.
I know that as an immigrant in this country, it's not easy to raise funds for a business or a
Mhm.
startup. Um, I just would love to know how you tackle that particular issue, how you, went about raising funds to start this very expensive enterprise. I know starting a pharmacy is not cheap. So how did you deal with that hurdle?
It wasn't easy. I went to Ameji Bank. They denied me, but I was memorizing all the questions they were asking me. I moved to Chase Bank. They say no. I memorized all the questions. I went to West Fargo ready. So I was just like, very, 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 like, okay, sign here. And we use the SBA through West Fargo. Yeah, so you need to do a lot of research. And on paper, everything looks good. You think you're gonna be a millionaire in 6 months. And then you open, one day, no customer. 2 days, nobody comes through the door, and you have a tag that you need to pay. You're paying the rent, the software, everything. So you need to be very tough and patient.
Awesome.
And just like Nicole say, SBA will help you. They assigned somebody to my case, and the person was coaching me. Actually, the guy who helped me a lot was from another bank, but I don't know how I ended up with West Fargo. He coached me, did everything, but because West Fargo was physical, it wasn't online. I chose to go with West Fargo. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Great presentation. Good questions. Uh, we will move now to the third presentation. We learn how to create the company. We learn how to run the company and at the same time taking care of the family. And one important thing, treat customer at work the same way you treat children at home. And that way, the word of mouth will do the rest to let people know about the business. Now, a business is created not for 2 days, not for one day, for theoretically 99 years. How can we build a sustainable and excellent business as a woman? Uh, that is the number three term that we're going to talk about. And I will be the speaker on that. Nicole will be the moderator. So we're going to give her the floor so that we can start. Maybe that microphone. Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. Are we ready for the third, last but not least sub team? Yes. I think we need a little bit of life on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Wake up. If we need to stretch a little bit, we can do that. I know it's Friday, everybody's tired, but let's stay awake and listen to our third speaker. So, hello again, everyone. And for those who just joined us, thank you for being here tonight. I'm truly excited to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Heribert Zuichu. Dr. Zuechu is the president and CEO of Altos Institute of Healthcare and Technology and a respected community leader here in Houston. Over 11 years, he's been impacting leadership with the family Bamileke, the Houston, where he served both as vice president and president. His professional journey is equally impressive, with research experience as leading institutions such as MD Anderson Cancer Center and Memorial Hermann Hospital, as well as his service as a Texas State Public Servant. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Dr. Zwechu is a dedicated family man as a consultant in marketing and organizational management, bringing a well rounded perspective that blends strategy, leadership, and real world experience. Today, Dr. Zoechu is going to speak about our third sub team, which is levers are building a sustainable and excellent organization as a legacy. In this session, you explore how to build profitability, the importance of continuous competitive analysis, strategies to achieve organizational excellence, and how to how innovation business adapt. So without further ado, Dr. Soichu, we're going to go to the very first question. Tell us, before we dive into the legacy, why is building a sustainable organization as a legacy so important for entrepreneurs today, especially women entrepreneurs?
All right. Thank you, Nicole, for that great introduction. I'm so humble. Uh, Theoretically, in management, when you create an organization, it is not for one day, not for 2 days. It has to be for 99 years, so a century. Then after that, so that bring to the table the necessity of starting a business with that mindset to go for 99 years. That will obviously guide you to make sure you start on a solid basis and also continue uh, professionally and make sure you put in place system that will enable you to continue for those 99 years, even if you are not more alive. So that's the rationale behind building a sustainable and excellent organization.
So we're talking about the levers to build a sustainable environment. Can you tell us what are those four levers?
Sure. Uh, I could, the presentation finish. Yeah, the slide. Okay. So, very, very important words. Profitable. Profitable. That means if you are not non-profit organization, anything that you do, company has to pursue this. I'm sorry, the position. This word here, profitable. Where are you? You have to make sure you are not spending money for nothing. You are spending money to make profit. So, customer loyalty, customer loyalty, thank you, simply means he buy, continue to buy, then can refer other people to you to buy. Now, in the effort of optimizing, that means when you are putting in place uh, your strategy for that, you make sure you don't spend more than it needed, or you make sure you don't spend less than it needed to have that achieved. So the first thing is obviously the customer. And uh, we have two types: physical, that's company who can buy from you, and moral, that is, I mean, physical, that's individual, you and I. Moral, uh, that's other company who can buy also or sell to you. Then loyal customer, I think I explained that one already. It's someone who come and who continue buying, and uh, so invest on the optimization. That those were just the concepts. Optimization effort, balance the expenses and when you are building your loyalty. Then now, to answer to our question, how to do that, you have first to identify among your customer, I mean, within your customer or portfolio client, the high value customer. You address the mapping of those. Remember the Pareto law of 20/80, meaning that you have 20 customers, I mean clients, who made 80% of your turnover. So you have to know them and treat them accordingly. Second element, you have to put in programs of for the loyalty, and that will encourage the customers to purchase, repurchase, and then for multiple loyalty program, rewarding, games, uh, uh, gifts, and so on. Then now you have to invest in customers who are satisfied. Invest in customers who are satisfied is creating street program, discount for them, or trip, uh, etiquette, and so on, to show them gratitude for their loyalty, and this will enable them to repurchase and prefer. Then the customer literature talking, who, I mean, the company who apply this strategy has 16% of return on their financial income based off from those certified customers.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sweep, for this presentation of the customer-described loyalty. So before we move to the second part of the presentation, you highlighted referrals as something that brings long-term value. What are the simple ways an entrepreneur, small business owner, can intentionally create referral? Can you give us a few tips?
Yes, absolutely. Uh, a customer satisfied will spread the news. Uh, Dr. Trump said that earlier, word of mouth, word of mouth. I am Ayano's customer today because Mr. Chwangwa, when I launched the company, the Altos Institute, advised me to go there because he was satisfied. And I went there. They have my domain name. They have my email for since 2023. I am satisfied with them because he was satisfied and he referred me. So now, to build that, you have to know, to constantly communicate or engage in dialogue with your customers, to know what they want, then be able to build some program to satisfy those, still profitably. Don't do it at the detriment of the company. Make it because it will make money. So talk to customers, know where they are, know their desire, and also the frequency of purchase, the competitor where they buy or they consume. Then from that, you can now build an offer for them that will push them to refer every single day other customer to your business.
Thank you very much for that example. Now let's move to positioning competitiveness through the SWOT analysis. Many entrepreneurs know about SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat, but few use it effectively. Can you tell us how often a small business owner should revisit its SWOT analysis and how they can leverage it to better position their business?
SWOT analysis, you know, we are not the only one offering a service or a product on the market. And we need to know uh, those offering the same product or services on the same market as our customers. So competitiveness, your ability to make and sell product or service on the market. SWOT analysis is one of the strong tools used at two levels: internal environment, that means in the organization, that is for the strength and also the weaknesses. Then the second level is outside of the organization, that means external environment. That's where you look for opportunity and weakness. Now, strength inside the organization, it's your human uh, resource or technology, financial power, uh, 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 expertise that you can use to know and to increase or improve the performance of the organization. Usually, it's advisable to conduct SWOT analysis twice a year. The first 6 months, you guys operate, make a pause, then evaluate the situation by using this tool, list down what you found or you guys have as strength or power inside the organization. And then at the same time, list down what is noticed as weakness in the organization. You may be lacking money, you may be lacking trained human resource, you may be lacking technology, you may be lacking uh, uh, desire inside the organization for product creation, and all those listed down. Now, the strategy will be to change them from weakness to strength in the organization. Then, after that, you analyze also the external environment, and that you can have the political environment. What are the decisions the mayor, the governor are taking that affect your business? What are the law, federal, state, or uh, local that are in place that affect your business, and so on. When you analyze them, see if they are affecting positively or negatively your business, then they become, mostly positively, they become opportunity. Now, those that are affecting negatively your activity or your performance, they become threat. At the end of the day, you do the matrix uh, to know what are the opportunity and what are the threat, and find the action, corrective action that will help you to transform their weakness into strength and then their threat into opportunity. Every 6 months, when the company uh, does that, it gives you a clear view of how to adjust your strategy and and be able to continue your activities in a secure manner.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joetu, for this reminder on the SWOT analysis. So I will have a follow-up question because we know that when we talk about SWOT, we have uh, strength
And
and
weakness.
weaknesses that
Mhm.
are internal because these are the things that you have control over, and then there's opportunities and threat. Those are external. I would like to focus on the internal. You mentioned that a strength or a positioning for a business is to transform weaknesses into strength. Can you share a practical example how a small business can do that?
Sure. let me apply it to myself. I chose X2 Healthcare and Technology. We do training for uh, pharmacy tech, CNA, CMA, then data, healthcare data analytics, and the program are designed, but we noticed internally with the board of trustees that we don't have competent teacher or instructor. That was our weakness. We couldn't run those programs without fixing that weakness. And how did we fix it? Simply hire the qualified and experienced instructor or professor for those materials. I mean, for those trainings. So that's how we change it from the weakness to the strength for the organization. That's a simple example. In uh, 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 medical or food service, you notice that there are regulations in place or licenses that are in place required by the state. You open a restaurant and you still missing those food service certification or license that constitute an internal weakness for the organization. How to transform it into strength by following the state rule to apply and get those licenses assigned to a company. So that is the two examples I can use to illustrate that changing from weakness to strength inside the organization, because those are the value or the element we have control on. Those that are outside of the organization, legal, political, social, and so on, we don't have any control. The two examples of mayor or state, but at the same time, uh, community can become a big threat to the activity and performance of the organization. You have to identify maybe cultural difference with what you are offering. You have to identify those in the environment, be sure to work with that community and find a way to transform that threat to an opportunity. That means something that attract them to come and buy or uh, work for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. So we're gonna shift gears a little bit and move to something different. As business owners and entrepreneurs, when we create our organization, usually we have the mission, vision, and the strategic goals of our organization. Can you tell us briefly what those mean, what they are, and why do some entrepreneurs have a hard time reconciling those three elements?
Thank you, Nicole. This uh, put us straight to the building strategies for organizational excellence. Because remember, the topic that we are coming from is legacy of excellence. So, yeah, how to build a strategy that will make an organization an excellent organization. Everything starts by setting a right and clear vision and mission of where you want to go, where you want to take the stakeholder to, where you want to take the customer to, where you want to take any partner to. So now, when the vision, which is how you are perceiving the service that you want to rent, you want to deliver in the community or in your mind, and then the mission is that service that you will deliver. When you put that clearly, you can go far. That's the first step we have to do. And when it's clear, it brings you easy uh, uh, stakeholder adhesion, your workers or employees' adhesion to the strategy, and so on. So, and bear in mind, 20% of the organization who have a clear vision and mission set are much more successful than those who are not clear on those two elements. Then, from the mission, you create the objective smart way. That means specific. I will be delivering 25 medication for children aged 5 to 10 years in Kiri area from January to December. That is a smart goal uh, that you can put in place, and easily you can monitor and evaluate, assess the performance. Then measurable, like I said, how many 20? Okay, after 6 months, you evaluate, did I deliver the 20 or less or more? Then realistic, you have a delivery service. You don't have a delivery service. You have a truck that can only deliver 10 medications, and you are planning to deliver per day 20. Is that realistic based on your means? The answer is no. Then time bounded, it has to be specifically, I mean, limited. I told earlier from January to December. And when you sit down for the evaluation, you just look at that period and evaluate the performance during that period. So, uh, people or entrepreneurs just have the feeling, I got it. Yes, I can do it. And that's it. That's their motivation. Go out there, find somebody over themselves to create, help them or create the organization. Start delivering and offering services or products without all this set. And it becomes difficult for them to have stakeholders, to have partners, and so on and so on. So before you uh, start a business, take the time, 15 time to get those elements done. If you cannot do it, talk to consulting firms that are around in business administration or organization, and they will help you out. Hope I answered your question.
You did, you
Thanks.
did. So something to remember: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and that's what smart is. So, Dr. Can you just give us not an example, best practice as business owners? We know that usually we set goals at the beginning of a year or uh, an exercise. How many smart goals can we set in a year?
Thank you. Slide, please. Thank you. Uh, the number of goals per year depend on the strategy, and you can have one activity and set only one goal, one objective for that activity. So it depends on the magnitude of the service or product or activity offered by the organization. Now, another key thing is best practice. You put in place a very nice, effective, efficient uh, mission, vision, objective, goals, and then now the daily management of the organization is not based on best practice, everything will fail. So that's why building a strategy for excellence, you have to consider the best practice. Some of them that we list here, not limited, have a manager open door policy. That means your manager, your employees or those under you supervision have to feel that at any time they can come to our office to talk to you. And that will uh, enable them to have a lot of exchange, and you will, based on those exchange, know them more, know how to treat them, and keep them longer in the company and reduce the turnover, because the turnover costs a lot to the company. I jump to the last one because we can read on the screen. Accountability. Each person working in an organization has to be accountable for his action. If not, his failure can lead to company failure in general. That's not what we want here. So those are what I listed for us. Not all of them has best practice in the company. So the list on the slide.
Thank you very much. I would like to come back to accountability because we all know that accountability is something that we struggle a lot as small business owners. And why? Because, the reality is that when we start a business, we don't have enough funds to hire professional employees. So usually we employ our kids, family, friends, and it's hard to keep that uh, staff accountable. What systems can entrepreneurs put in place to ensure accountability without creating pressure to that help? Actually, that sometimes is not compensated financially.
Thank you. Reporting are the key answer. Reporting your daily activity, the accomplishment of your job description that you receive during the hiring process to your immediate supervisor. And the supervisor will now have the responsibility to evaluate your report and see if in there we have some discrepancy between the expected job and the result of what then after that assessment we can now establish the failure and move to the accountability. That's what I can share. But the key element to that lead to accountability in organization is reporting.
Great. Thank you very much. Now we are heading to the end of this conversation. But before we get there, let's talk about the culture of innovation. Can you tell us what it means for an entrepreneur or business owner what innovation is?
Sure. Uh, Innovation simply means doing things different, bringing new way or new things in or within the organization that are in alignment with the strategy in place. Example, when we create uh, Agnos, we didn't have technology to be able to send out to multiple people who have visited the website or attend some training uh, with Altus. We contacted Valon Consulting without any advert, it's our partner, and he advised, I mean, the consulting firm advised us SMTP software that we integrated into the uh, website and use that to now send uh, hundreds and more email at the same time to the customer or client or potential client. That is an innovation that we have internally after noticing that weakness. So that's an example. And it's very crucial when we are talking about building an organization that will last, let's say, forever. Then, uh, fostering that culture, we also have to create a market lens. It simply means put in place a committee within the organization, strategic committee, with the specific roles of watching the external environment that we listed earlier: politics, culture, religious, social, and see if there is any change in one of those environments that affect our activity and therefore our performance. So we create of people tasked to do only that. Then the last element in the culture of innovation is constant development and implementation of new ideas. And uh, that will enable the company to be resilient on the external environment or on the market and continue to be successful. So those culture of innovation is very, very critical when we are talking about having a company that will last, let's say again, forever.
Thank you. So, considering the ever-changing world today with the technology advancements, I think we all have heard about, or maybe some of us use it in some capacity. How important is adaptability today, and what are the signs that a business is not adapting enough? For example, not using technology.
Uh, Thank you. Adaptability, flexibility, innovation, they are sisters. Because if you are not flexible, you cannot adapt. The environment will eject you. It will eject you. So, uh, when you have in place the uh, innovation lens, watching the environment, bringing you the inside, then you have the obligation to be flexible to accept those information or insight and use them to define new strategy, flexibility. And then when the new strategy is in place, then you can adapt your company to those changes observed in your external or internal environment. So that is how to adapt to the changes that are constant in the internal or external environment of your organization.
All right. A lot of information tonight and a lot of wisdom, a lot of learning. So, Dr. Zoe Chu, let's bring all this home. If an entrepreneur had to focus on just one thing out of the different levels that you presented, where should that begin? Where do they start?
Okay, interesting. Clear vision, mission of the organization. That's the strong foundation for an organization that want to be excellent and sustainable. Then, like I promised in the video, three levels or pillar of an organization that we want it to be sustainable. That means be there for many years. Take care of his expenses, generate income, make profit, sustainable. Then now, uh, to achieve that and be excellent, we have three key levels out of four presented. First is a clear management strategy. That's that with mission vision. The secondly is the loyal customers. The bigger or uh, having a loyal customer ensure repurchase and referral. We talked about that earlier. And remember again the Pareto law of 20-80. 20 customers making your 80% of your turnover. Then the third one or the third pillar for a sustainable and excellent organization is innovation. You have to innovate. And to innovate, you have to be flexible and be able now to adapt in your environment despite the changes that happen all the time. And in doing so, you are assured you will continue living for 99 years. Then build a legacy of excellence to current generation and future generation and a generation after.
Awesome. Based on your experience and your knowledge, what is one action you will challenge the people in this room tonight to take in the next 30 days?
Um, customer. Put in place, the challenge is to put in place a communication uh, system, if not yet, with your customers. That communication system can be very simple. Excel, you list them down, their profile, where they live, what they buy most or eat in your country, the frequency, their ages, and so on. And then now you engage the conversation with them through small survey, satisfaction survey. You can use, if you don't want to spend on tech, you can do uh, those questions on one page. And when a customer comes in, he answer and put it in Dropbox and leave. Then you take them, do the analysis, and make the appropriate adjustment for uh, the continuation of the organization. Yeah, so put in place a communication system with your customers. That's the challenge.
Thank you. Challenge set. Hopefully, some or all of you will take on that challenge in the next 30 days to build those legacies of excellence with your businesses. Remember, regardless the reason why you started your
You ready?
business, you're
You
in it,
ready?
so make it work, not only for you, but for your family, for your employees, for the people who believe in you when no one did. So with that, is there any question for Dr. Luigi? Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Zichi,
You're
for
welcome.
this presentation. My name is Micheline Salou. I have one question. what is the biggest mistake that new entrepreneur make in Texas, and how can we avoid it?
All right. Thank you, Mom Shane. Uh, the biggest mistake, obviously, is uh, making a move in a cloudy way. That means you did not fix clear vision, clear vision. You don't know where you are going, where you are moving. That's the biggest mistake. Because obviously, if you don't clear that cloud, you will end up stop. That means the company you create will die after 6 months, a year, if it lasts long. So the mistake is that to avoid personal skills, you have it, you do it. You don't have it, you consult with consulting companies and they will help you to set clear mission, clear vision. It's just a dialogue. I have this in mind, and from there they can set structure or clear mission and clear vision for you before you start the business.
Another question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say that about the question. I think she can add something because you were not here when we started and she said something about business starting. So maybe she can answer, you can add something.
Yeah, you may add some input.
Yeah, I think Dr. Zoichu answered the question, but if I can add something, is that you want to make sure that you have the right legal structure for your organization. You have a clear mission, vision, and a strategic plan. You have something that I usually recommend people to have when you start is a business value document. It's like a roadmap, high level roadmap that tells you what are you selling, who are you selling it to, who is your supplier, who are your partners, if any, how do you get your capital from, and how do you want to advertise your business, what's your marketing strategy. When you have all that on a board, it keeps you focused on what you want to do or where you're trying to go. Any other question for Dr. Switcher?
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Flaubert Chwamba, and my question is, in the community, how can we support each other? Because, especially in the Cameroonian community, we're not very supportive. So how can we change that?
Thank you, Flaubert. Um, that's why we are here to educate. That's why we are here to educate. Not everybody understand the power behind the community. Not everybody. But there is a great power that individually you cannot defeat. You cannot defeat behind the community. I will go back to my house, which is La Faba. I met good people over there that I don't know before I joined La Faba. And with those people, we did a lot of great things outside of La Faba and within La Faba. So, to develop that, I will encourage people to join their community groups in Houston for us who are here, Dallas, for Dr. Baker coming from Dallas, and contribute in many ways, and you will have the return on that investment, which is support from other community members who are with you. That's what I can give as answer. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Uh, I I have the microphone now as the coordinator of this session. So I'm not going to say anything, but this is one of most awaited session of these 4 modules. Hear from a life coach, and I would like to invite to the table uh, Franco and Dr. Baker to take over and nourish us on.
Thank you, Dr. Herbert. Thank you, Nicole. Please realize this rise up in 1 second. Before we sleep, just try to
Right.
Thank you.
see when the B-52 bomber is coming, we're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's stretch forward and let's stretch backward and go until you can no more go. Go on,
Right.
keep going. All right, clap yourselves, clap yourselves. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Let's go. Thank you. So we are talking today about how empowering women create a legacy of excellence. The topic presupposes that we need to push women to excellence. That it forgets the fact that women have been the epitome of excellence from day one. Let's clap for that, please. You know, I often say traditional leadership focuses on competition. It focuses on self-interest. Women leadership focuses on compassion, focuses on collaboration. Sometimes when we come here, we go to school, we have big jobs. We forget where we come from. That most of us sitting in here were nurtured by our mothers who didn't go to school. They stayed at home while our fathers went home to finish. But what we have never talked about in our minds is the fact that if the work that our mothers were doing, if they were to be paid, it would be 1,000 times more than the salaries of our fathers. Yes, because women are the best multitaskers. Kids to school, journey here, is so close, go to farm, go here. But we men, we know one thing. We go to work, make the money, and come back. Ladies and gentlemen, have the first of all, let's clap for the organizers of this event. See, if we had called for a red carpet where everybody put on the best dress and come, we will have 1,000 people. But when we have sessions like this, where everybody meets in the community, we don't show. We are not worried about them. We are worried about those who are here, and it's you. So clap for yourself again. Thank you. When I started, I said we had to start off because when the Wokpa is coming, everybody got to be ready. Have the honor to introduce Dr. Pegam Takusi Makia, also known as Coach Pegam. She is a transformational coach, wellness advocate, and CEO and founder
of unveiling your values. She's the creator of the 90-day body makeover program, a life-changing system that helps women heal emotionally, renew mental, and thrive physically. Doctor, so you do not include the men, only the women, no problem. With a professional background in healthcare and human behavior, Dr. Beckham uniquely integrates science, faith, and mindset mastery to support total transformation, body, soul, and spirit. Her work empowers women to reclaim their identity, realign their values, and step boldly into their God given purpose. I like that. Dr. Beckham is passionate about helping women break free from self doubt. That's very important because it's not about the lack of ability, it's the lack of confidence. Embrace their inherent value and create balance between their health, calling, and success. Her teaching style is both practical and deeply spiritual, bridging inner healing with actionable strategies that create lasting impact. Ladies and gentlemen, if I've done anything good this year, it's the opportunity to introduce to you Dr. Pegam Takusi Michael. Let's clap for her, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All the way from Dallas. You see how people out of town respect our own event more than us? Let's clap for her again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Franco.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's such a privilege and an honor for me to be standing here this evening, connected with awesome people like you all. This is a very fantastic time in human evolution to be alive. And the synchronicities that have already happened this evening tells me that we are in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. I was actually going to start my presentation with us rising and stretching and moving the energy that had been stuck in us, only for my brother Franco to do just that. So that tells me that when we talk about your vibe attracts your tribe, thank you. When we talk about your vibes attracts your tribe, that is the vibration which you carry in you. It's going to bring those who are called to be with you at a particular time. When I was giving the invitation to show up here this evening, I was exceedingly glad because I am passionate for women. I've come to realize that a lot of things are not done, not because we don't want to, but because we don't know how. My brother Flaubert just asked a very, very important question, and it got me thinking. I'll respond to that. When I was asked to give a copy of my speech, my presentation, what I was going to say today, I told my brother, I don't write speeches. Reason being, I am an embodiment of my message. I live and move
and have my being on being authentic. So I just connect mentally, spiritually, emotionally with the topic, and I let it flow. And I am so glad I didn't write any speech because I would have been taken off guard. The topic was about women. So, had I written anything down, I would have been very confused tonight because I have my brothers here, I have my uncles, I have my fathers, and my male friends present. I have to connect with them also. So, I am glad, truly an embodiment of my message. When I look at each and every one of you, I see a soul. I don't see a gender. I see a light soul. So, even though I'm passionate for women because I am a woman, my message is for everyone. It's for all humans because it's of profound impact to anyone willing to listen. So I want to take a moment and ask each and every one of you here to please pause for a moment. Just take a pause. Examine your thoughts. What's going through your mind at this very instant? Be honest with yourself. Please keep the thought that's going to tell you to listen to her. She came all the way from Dallas to bring value, to be of service. So keep that thought, which is going to make you be present here, now. Be aligned with that thought. Make sure you can listen to me. It's all about creating a legacy of excellence. I want each and every one of you to ask yourself, have you ever taken a minute to say, what will my legacy be? Do we really think about it? Not about the things we have achieved, but what is the actual impact we have to the people we come in contact? When we talk about a legacy of excellence, it starts with each and every one of us looking deep and saying, what will my legacy be? And true legacy starts with you understanding who you are. So the question I'm going to have us start with tonight is, who am I? When we talk about a legacy of excellence, Who is creating this legacy? Who are you? Who is the person? Not the roles given to us by society. Not being a mother or a wife or a husband or a businesswoman. All those roles or the title, Dr. Pika. That's a title. That's not who I am. So, who are you beyond your roles and your title? Because a true legacy of excellence can be built only by someone who truly knows who they are. Because when you understand who you are, you walk in a certain way. You do not shrink to fit into any space. You bold and confident. You recognize that you have potential in you. You realize that the I am that you are is divine. And it is that I am that is creating a legacy of excellence. So when you start recognizing that the I am that you are is perfect, you recognize the fact that legacy is being created every minute. It starts with your thoughts. What are you thinking about this instant? You are generating a legacy. Your thoughts are giving life to an emotion right now going through you. You're having some feelings right now going on within you. You're thinking something that's going to lead you to make some utterances. Your thoughts give you words. Your words will then give you an action. That action will give you an attitude. Your attitude gives your habits. Your habits gives your character, which creates your destiny. And it is your destiny which becomes your legacy. Because it is that destiny that you're creating every instant, which has an impact on someone else. And it is this impact which is going to cause you to remember me. And my impact to you, my brother, is going to be genuine if my thoughts about you are authentic. So at every given moment, legacy is being created. Are we together, my sister? So if we know that you got the power to create a legacy of excellence, what do we think can be stopping us from doing that? I'll tell you what it is. We have a secret enemy, very silent and subtle. Why we call it an enemy? It is actually our insecurities. Our insecurities are very docile. They hide. That quiet voice, the gremlin, it tells you, who do you think you are? It tells you, you're not good enough. It tells you, what are you going to do in that women's conference? It tells you, do we really need to be here tonight? It tells you, someone else is better than you. It's better safe than sorry. It's trying to keep you safe. And when you listen to that voice, what do? You shrink. You silence your voice. You don't share your ideas anymore. And you remain small. But neither did we ever know that our gremlin, that silent voice, is actually there to protect us, to tell us that there is a part in us that we've not nurtured. If you listen to your gremlin, it's telling you that there's something in you need to work on. And when you listen to that voice and work on it, you recognize what that insecurity is and heal it and rise above it. You step into the person you were born to be. And that is the person who is responsible for creating a legacy of excellence. When you step into the person you were created to be after healing your insecurities, you then say to yourself, it's time for me to reclaim my true identity. You recognize that something has been concealed all this while. You had an identity, but you never knew it because you had labels on you given by society. So you were unable to live the life you were actually called to live. So when you reclaim your true identity and truly connect with it, something magical happens. You start walking differently. You speak confidently. You make decisions that come from a place of truth and alignment. Then you realize that this is who you were always called to be. And that's the person who is truly capable of creating a legacy of excellence. When you reclaim your true identity, then a light bulb goes on. You realize my value has been inherent in me all this while. I was born with something unique. You then realize that your inherent values of purity, of peace, of love has always been in you. you now act differently, effortlessly. And that is how we create a true legacy of excellence from authenticity. We have to be very authentic in order for us to create a lasting legacy. Once we recognize that our value is inherent, we step into who we're truly meant to be, our true selves. Because remember, I started by asking each and every one of you, who are you? Who are you becoming? Because that is the you that needs to create a legacy of excellence. It's already in you, my sister. It is. When we step into our true self, something happens. You stop living to prove yourself to anyone. You start living from your truth. When you live from your truth, success is inevitable. When you live from your true self, you start recognizing your voice matters, your opinion matters, your contribution matters. You come from a place of clarity, and instead of competing, you start creating. Instead of comparing yourself, you start contributing. You stop shrinking and you start expanding because potential and power is already in you. My dear sisters, and I'll address my sisters for this one. We need to start stepping into the world as a whole woman. Most of us, women and mothers, we give so much to our families and we neglect our own spirituality, mentality, emotional state. We pour on the community, on our families, on friends, and we forget to take time to care for ourselves. On the outside, most of us look very successful, but internally, we are fragmented because we have stopped pouring into ourselves. And if you don't pour into you, how are you going to be able to give to others? Somebody has to suffer. Energy is only 100. If you give and give and give, and you never take time to pour back in, guess who suffers? Your body. And don't we know a lot of people in our lives or us going through that? We look so beautiful, but no one knows how much we're suffering and dying inside because we've never really taken time to say, I'm going to be selfish with myself because I have to fill my cup up before I can be of service to help someone else. Because a true legacy of excellence can only be built by a woman or a man who goes into the word as a whole person. You have to start by understanding first who you are, understand your insecurities that hold you back, but are really there to tell you what you need to be doing with yourself. Reclaim your true identity, embrace your inherent values, step into your true self, and you go into the world as a whole human to create sustainable legacy of excellence. So I want to remind us as I round up this evening, we live in a times, and actually today is a very important day. Today is March 20th, and it is the spring equinox. It's the beginning of spring. Today, the sun was at the equator, giving birth to springtime, a time for rebirth, a great time for us to plant new ideas and start building and planning the kind of legacy we truly want to leave behind. Please, let us remember to be aware of who we are. Awareness is something which is very, very lacking. We go about the hustle bustle of every day doing same things every day without ever taking a pause to ask ourselves, why am I doing this without us being aware? We have to be acceptant of wherever we are, what we are at any given moment, so we can make a conscious choice to go to a next level, so we can be prepared to leave a lasting legacy of excellence for the next generation. Doing that, we become authentic people, fearless because it's coming from our truth, confident, establish meaningful connections. We're present whenever we are, anywhere. We are engaged 100%. That way, we can truly start with ourselves to create a true legacy of excellence. Zig Ziglar says, it is your attitude, not your aptitude, that takes you to your altitude. Let's remember, with our attitudes, we create the right destiny to leave a lasting impact and will leave a legacy of excellence which is sustainable for generations to come. Thank you.
Doctor, please, let's clap like we are in Texas. Stamp your feet, stamp your feet, stamp your feet, stamp your feet on the ground. Stamp it. Yes. That's how we tell her that although we can never pay her, but our voice to you is priceless because we come from the same soil. The people who don't come from the same soil will pay you $1 million for this delivery. Amen. So we have nothing to give you. Our mouth to thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Let's clap your hand again. Thank you. Wonderful. 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 So I'll take some questions for the doctor. I know that was a lot. I think this other mic can. Yes. Okay, cool. This other mic can do as well. Do as well. Turn this up so we're not. Okay. Wonderful. Question.
I have one question.
Yeah.
As a businesswoman,
Yeah.
how well managed do you between family responsibility and business goal? How do you do it? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that awesome question. Family responsibility and business. Who does the family responsibility and who does the business? Who? So it is the I am. It is you, right? So once you heal you, once you know who you are, right? You put in your authenticity into everything that you do. It doesn't matter whether it is family or business, you go with that same, it is the person who is doing it. So when it's time for business, you're very, very present, you're authentic, you give it your all because you know that now, Michelle, now Micheline is in her business. You wear your cap of providing the service that you are there to provide. But it is you. So once you're able to purify yourself, right? You know who you are at every given moment. It is that awareness of who you are that you carry power and potential within you. Is that awareness that makes you execute whatever you're doing because authenticity is your mantra. You want to signature your work with excellence. So you do it excellently. Then when you go home, you know now at home you are a mother. It's the same Micheline who is being a mother. It's just different roles, but it's the same person. So when you're confident in who you are and you know yourself, you know you carry potential, you carry power, you are empowered, you know what you're supposed to do in your business and as a mother. You move in mastery in everything that you do because it is you. It's that same person doing all those different roles. And you have to be glad doing each role. When it's time for you to do your business, you're happy doing your business because you're doing it because you chose. It's very important that you recognize whatever you're doing. It's a decision you made to do it. And you always have a choice. Let no one ever deceive you, Micheline, that you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. And knowing you always have a choice, what you choose to do is your best choice for that moment. So do yourself justice in doing what you choose to do well.
Thank you, Doctor. So we'll take one and then we'll take two. Oh, just one? Okay. Who was first? Among the two of you, who was first? Oh, you were first? Okay.
Hi, Dr. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Uh, we're talking about women on this specific topic, which is very deep,
Yes.
knowledge of self. But also recognize we live in a society, even here in America, where women are still very, you know, up to subject of violence. And knowing yourself sometimes is against you. I mean, I'm talking about women. Because when you live in a society where when you recognize your value, the person in front of you might think you're challenging them. And that's where women will have will get for violence most of the time in the marriages and even in the community. So my question is, how can we help men understand that being me and recognize my value has nothing against him? Because that seems to be the problem today, even here in America.
That's a fantastic question, my sister Virginia. I love that question because I'm a woman, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. So I experience what you're saying. What I've come to realize that works for me is your tone and your intention behind the way you say anything to anyone is very, very important. Your intention is the spirit behind why you say what you say, how you say what you say, and the way that the other person is going to receive it. So you don't need to worry about what the other person is going to think. You just focus on what you can control. And what you can control is your sincere intention. When your intention is sincere, your energy is different. The way you present yourself to talk to your spouse or your coworker or your friend, it speaks for itself. There is a way your body language, because neuro linguistic programming says 7% of what you say is what you actually say. 35% is your facial expression. You know? Okay, I get you. Look at my face. They can see my face, but you all, what am I saying? Am I not looking at you with content? And then the way you stand, there is a way. There's a certain way that when you talk to your spouse or your friends, the way your body language is going to speak for itself. A lot of times we confuse the words we say with the energy behind the words. And the person you're talking to receives the energy, not the words.
Oh, that's it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I'm gonna have again. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful session. I want to thank Dr. Zenche and Dr. and Nicole. I'm going to pass it back to the for the final words. Thank you. Let's clap for Dr. Faye coming in, please.
I,
Thank you.
I missed something. I'm so sorry. I promised my brother Flaubert was going to answer a question. He said something about our community not supporting one another.
Yes.
But to the defense of our community, a lot of us do not know what we don't know. And we choose to stay in our ignorant state because we defend what we do not know. We were raised in a society that taught us that the other person is always out to get you. We were raised in a society where they teach you to hide your stuff. The world is a bad place. That's how most of us here, those were the words our parents told us when we were going to school or coming abroad. Be careful. When you have your thing, keep it to yourself. Hide it. Don't share. So we have a mentality of victimization. We are not creators. In order for me to support you, I have to be confident that what you create is you creating and it doesn't take away from the formless substance which I can tap into and create. A lot of us have a survival mindset. So we don't know how to support each other for fear that when I support you, it's going to take away from me. It's a mindset. Our paradigm is stuck in that survivor mindset. So, like our brother said, gatherings like this are very important for education because it is written in the book of knowledge, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, right? So, our society does not know that we need to have a radical change in our paradigm, which is our subconscious belief system directing us to our decisions and things we do. So our society is growing. We are taking baby steps, but I think we are getting it. And like, is it Nelson Mandela who said it? Be the change you want to see. Let's continue doing what we are doing. And education is the most powerful tool we can use to change the world, right? So let's keep on educating ourselves like this.
Thank you, Dr. Tega. Thank you, Brother Franco. Thank you, Dr. Tongo. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you to myself. Thank you to everybody. So thank you everybody for coming. You know,
I mean,
I think we were able to convey this section message, how to build excellent of legacy of excellence. Legacy of excellence. As entrepreneur, we know it will create company. That's why all the communication will focus on creating a company that will live long and then be excellent. So we have the exit part of your session, which is your network, network communication, networking session, isolation, exchange contacts, and refreshment. While doing that is also there for us. Now, tomorrow, 21st, will be the conclusion with the gala night. Please, the calendar are not already marked. Buy your ticket and let me tomorrow over there to celebrate the excellence, legacy of excellence. So thank you again. I know there are people who wanted to show remote communication of what you are doing, uh, but the system of networking. So, so that's the last element of the session. Refreshment, networking, and we will come here before 10:30 because she said we should have, I mean, the contract is at 10:30. That's why I need to. Thank you. There is no protocol, please. The refreshment, there's no protocol. Thank you. Thank you.
Ça arrête de fonctionner avant.
I don't know. You have to. You duplicate the screen. You have to do the screen. You duplicate your screen. That way you do it. Yeah, that one is working. That one is working. Go to scripture. Please, please, let's take a family picture, please. Please, let's take a family picture, please, please. Family picture. Let's gather here. Let's gather here for a family picture, please. Please.